ups and downs. PlayStation had a similar up and down when their entire fiscal was significantly lower than their 2018 fiscal. Their 2019 fiscal was significantly lower, and everybody was in an uproar. Look at their stock price. It's over for Sony. For only Sony to come out this generation and romp Xbox worse than they did last generation. This is crazy. This is crazy talk. Why are people like Paul Tassi trying to drive this agenda? And now he's trying to point fingers at all of you. You're the crazy ones. You're the toxic ones. You're the ones that are making this far more pointless, right? Well, here's the thing. Let's take a look at it. I responded to Paul like this. I said, I like Paul, and I do like him. Why do I keep saying that I like Paul? I like Paul because in my Stadia coverage days, there were some mishaps and misinformation. And even though me and Paul didn't agree on assessment type things, when it came to factual things, I could go to Paul and say, Paul, look, this is factually wrong. And Paul would make he would, check it out and make revisions. And because he didn't have to do that. He could have just rode the bandwagon rather, and just continued to report false information. So at least he did that. And then in my back and forth with Paul, he's never backed down. He's never ran away from a challenge. He hasn't blocked me or tried to demagogue me or anything like how scary ass Tom Warren has done. You know what I'm saying? So I respect him for that. At least standing 10 toes deep and willing to go to battle. But that doesn't mean that Paul's without his flaws. I say this. I say, look, I'm not trying to be mean, Paul, but as someone who's considered as a journalist like he is, when you repeatedly come to conclusions that are not thoroughly vetted, it makes it look like you're in the same lane as these fanboys. You went from both Xbox and PlayStation are facing significant challenges to looking like you just discovered the gap in competition thanks to Z Huge putting it out there, to going, well, I didn't say they were the same. I said, sorry, that sounds like fanboy-esque damage control. It's like me saying today, Stadia and Xbox are in similar situations. You of all people know how much I love Stadia, because we went back and forth about it all the time, but it's dead. Xbox's dire woes are far less than a dead platform. So if me, a Stadia enthusiast who talk regularly crap about Xbox, if I can recognize that difference, even though the Xbox platform looks like it's about to join Stadia, it's not there yet. It's not etched in stone, right? So if I can recognize that, why can't you recognize the same when you're comparing Sony and Xbox? Therefore, comparing Sony's challenges to Xbox's woes as a platform right now is like a paper cut to a knife wound. And a knife wound that's just gushing out blood and guts. This is my message for Paul and other people that want to run on this narrative that gaming is dying or gaming is... Look, this sector is going through a correction phase. We see that. But that correction phase isn't stopping PlayStation from giving us some heat, some pure heat. You know what I mean? It's not stopping Helldivers 2 on PlayStation alone being the number one selling game so far with Sakana, and that it means in North America. PlayStation is still clicking on all four cylinders. Do they have to adjust like they did in 2019? Sure. And you got fanboys out here talking about, well, PlayStation's talking about they're going to be checking engagements now. They've talked that again in 2019 when they got Kadora up there. When Kadora replaced Andrew House, they talked the same jazz there. Did they significantly change like you guys said in 2019? No. So why are you guys running into the same wall, falling off the same cliff like Wild E. Coyote in 2024, 5 years later? Why? Because you don't do your research. All you do is regurgitate BS that serves your self-fulfilling needs. That's A, to create silos where everything's got to be positive about Xbox, or if things are undeniably bad, then it's undeniably bad for everybody, right? Or because you guys were content creators who thought you were sharper than the listening public, you tried to fool them for super chat and ad revenue and tried to make it seem like that Xbox was going to be the superior product, and you fell flat on your face. You weren't as sharp as you thought you were. All right. And now you're trying to save face and then trying to make excuses for your behavior whenever you get the chance. It's over. It's over. This is diminishing as a platform. They're going multi-plat. PlayStation and Nintendo will have challenges, but they will make the proper adjustments like they always do, and they will survive because they know how to compete here. Xbox doesn't. That's simply it. Stop the hate, understand what's going on, and just ask Xbox to do the same. That goes for fanboys and journalists alike. That's it from your boy. Get ready for us to talk about our giveaway, on the live show, if you're listening to the live show, and we're going to shortly after that get into the live show. Or just click on any of the cards that pop up and it'll take you to the live show as well. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K of GEIX, Cloud Dosage, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and here MM2K Gaming with this special video. We wanted to take this time to remind everybody that our $70 PlayStation Network point giveaway is still active. And we're still looking to collect as many people as we can to be eligible so we can give away the $70 worth of PlayStation Network credit. In order for you to do so, you have to be eligible. Just a few steps that you got to take in order to qualify. But once you take these steps, trust me, it doesn't cost you a thing. And trust me, you won't be sorry. So first and foremost, what I want to do is I want to direct you to the actual tweet that'll give you the directions. And we're going to follow the tweet step by step so you guys can understand what's going on, how this works, and all that other great stuff, right? All right, so let's do this. Okay, so let's show you the tweet. And the tweet is here. It says Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launch giveaway. We're doing a giveaway for $70 USD value towards PlayStation Network credit in celebration of Final Fantasy VII, Stellar Blade, and other PlayStation 5 early 2024 bangers. To be eligible, the first thing you're going to want to do is click on this link and make sure you're subscribed to MM2K Gaming Streams. Then secondly, you're going to want to subscribe via this link in subscribe number 2 to MM2K Gaming News. Then you're going to join the Discord, okay? And the link to the Discord is here. And then what you're going to do is after you do those 3 things, watch our Final Fantasy VII Rebirth streams and soon more Stellar Blade streams while we're still trying to collect as many eligible players as possible. And watch those streams via YouTube to get a special passcode. What you're going to do is enter that passcode in the Discord giveaway thread. There's a link to that thread in there. You'll see it once you join the Discord giveaway when you go to our giveaway section. But if you want a direct link to the thread, it'll take you right there. So I'm going to walk through all these steps with you. Okay. All right. So let's do it. First and foremost, I'm going to join at the MM2K Gaming streams. I click on that link. It takes me to MM2K Gaming Streams. Oh, guess what? I'm already subscribed. But if you're not, hit that subscribe button, okay? Okay. Now you can go back to the tweet and go click on MM2K Gaming News. It'll take you there. Oh, that's the channel that we are right now. So there isn't a subscribe button, but if this was another channel like your channel, you would see a button to subscribe. Click that subscribe button there like we did for MM2K Gaming Streams, all right? Once you do that, then you're going to want to join the Discord, okay? So if you click on the Discord link, it'll take you to our GEIX Discord where you just got to go through some preliminary things. You got to, say which platforms you want to, be part of, the content, stuff like that. That's because this Discord is being built to cater to your gaming experience, right? So once you just go through a couple of quick, short questions, you'll get added to the Discord, and this is our Discord right here, okay? Now, once you do that, you want to go to one of our Final Fantasy VII Rebirth streams that are active during the time of this recording, or we're going to soon be playing Stellar Blade once that releases, right? You'll go to one of those streams like right here. Now, right here, I don't have the code, so you can't cheat. I got it to a part of the video where the code isn't up yet, but just watch one of the streams. Just watch one of our fantastic Final Fantasy VII streams with the homie Cold Blood Sensei. As you'll see the chat getting active and stuff like that, you will see while you're watching the live stream that the code will be up there, okay? The code will be there in the stream, It'll pop up in the live chat while you're there, okay? Once you get that code, you're then going to want to go to this link right here. And that link will take you within our Discord. And it'll take you to this special thread. When you get to that thread, you'll see people put responses down there. I ain't gonna cheat. I'm not gonna cheat and give you the code. But you see people put responses down there. Just add your response to this thread and you will be entered. Here's the great thing about this too. If you go ahead and share this on social media, you will get an additional entry. So you'll get, oops, sorry about that. You'll get a leg up on the competition. You'll get an additional entry. All right. So make sure you do that. Make sure that you click on the link to MM2K Gaming Streams, to MM2K Gaming News, to the Discord, all that fun stuff, and click on that link to that thread and add that code to the thread. All right. With that said, appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for checking out this video. Good luck to everybody. And until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace. Sean, don't you start your shit today. Don't you and Cold Blood start y'all shit today. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, MM2K, back again with another video. I don't want to hear no shit today. I'm not taking shit from anybody. Ubisoft is just shit the bed and I don't want to deal with it today. I'm emotional. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, MM2K, back again with another one. I'm here with your co-host, who's not going to heed my warnings. He's going to try his best to get on my bad side. That's Cold Blood Sensei, because he is relishing in today's Ubisoft news, even though it's not our topic for today, but I'm going to let him get it out of his system. Cold Blood, how are you doing today, my friend? Oh, God.
I feel massively excited about the business.
This mofo. Oh man. That's horrible. I don't know why y'all get off on my misery so much. That's horrible. But what's up, everybody? We're here again with another in a row mic check. Sorry, this is starting later than usual. I have some last minute engagements that I got to deal with. And if you hear my phone go off, please ignore it. I'm just making sure it's not some call that I'm waiting on. But yeah, we got a special show for you today, because we got a good one for you today. Because we have this hate that I would like to address. And then we got something going on with Xbox. I think people are trying to backpedal from. Nobody wants to talk about it. They just want to make bad PlayStation bad. You know, we're going to get into all that. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is In a Row Podcast episode, In a Row Mic Check for today's date. I am here with Cold Blood Sensei, as I said before. And we're going to be talking about today's video, which is PlayStation challenges versus Xbox dire status as a platform. Are they the same? But before we get into all that, I want to shout out the chat, shout y'all out. Thank you very much for joining us. We got Devil Shooter. He was first. He's like, everything's going to PC. And who else we got up in here? We got Sean with his kid. The code is canceled. The code is canceled. You son of a gun. I tell you, man, you guys are horrible to me. Who else we got up in here? We got, and we got Sean. So hit that like button, y'all. Y'all know how we do. Y'all been doing great at it, but only half of y'all have hit the like button so far. Let's hit that like button. Let's get started. We don't have too much time, but Cold Blood and I, we got standards. All right. So, real quick, and I'll do another show because I don't want to jip, because I got a lot to say about this. I don't want to jip my thoughts on this. We got to put this to content, but just off the top, looking at what's going on with Ubisoft, speaking of dire situations, it's very clear that Ubisoft is finally admitting that they are in a dire situation. I mean, Massive is clearly your best developer. I'm not the only one saying that. Routinely, Massive is brought up when they say bright spots, when they talk about bright spots or any bright spots at Ubisoft. They know that they're their best developer, so they have them working on some of their more important IPs. They had them work on Avatar. That didn't go so well. But that's because I think Ubisoft's desire to keep repeating the same bull crap messed that up. It was just Avatar was just Far Cry with Avatar skins on it. Now they got them working on Star Wars. Hopefully that will fare better. And then they work on which I feel is currently their best game that they have in their lineup, which is Division 2. A lot of people, even though Hell Divers is like sucking all the oxygen out of the room for games as a service and stuff like that, you hear a lot of people give praises to Division 2's most recent year and season of content. But I'm looking all on my timeline. People are pissed that Heartlands got canceled. So let me put this up on the screen real quick.
I'm not.
Don't nobody give a damn about what you think, Cold Blood. No. I put up here, this is bad. This is extremely bad. And they canceled Heartlands. Look, I've had the I test games too on the side. I test games. I've had the luxury of testing this game before you guys even knew it existed. It was progressing quite well. I didn't play any of the latest public launches or whatever they had for the public. But this game was a good mix of, I can say it now. I remember I would hint to it a lot of times, but this game was a great mix of like the Division world with Battle of Tarkov. I really hope that with them canceling this, they at least meld this mode into like Division 3 and make Division 3 stand out even more and make it better and make more innovations to it. But I am disheartened to hear that they're using the resources that were working on this game. And I know it was Red Storm mainly working on this game, but it was Red Storm and Massive. So most of it was Red Storm, but I think like 10% of it is Massive. I don't want anybody from Massive working on some money hat or some money gimmick projects like, Rainbow Six Siege. I get it is successful, but that goddamn X Defiant, that's trash. Like, do not waste any of your resources from your best development team on this trash, right? Even if it's 10%, I don't care. So yeah, get Red Storm to help out with Rainbow Six Siege. That's cool. Get them to work on X Defiant if you want to. I think that's a waste of their talent too, but whatever. Put that 10% back on Division 3 and updating Division 2. To hear that, according to VGC, which maybe I should be taking it with a grain of salt, to hear from VGC that they might be having some of their massive people work on those other projects too is disheartening. So I've removed them from my favorite publisher list until I see what they're doing. They're in desperate straits right now, and I don't want no parts of it. I just will be riding out with Massive. I'll be riding out with Division 2 and Division 3 when it officially drops, and Ubisoft is no longer my favorite publisher. That's my quick take on it. Cold Blood, what does your ass have to say? I know you got some smart shit to say. What is it that your ass got to say right now before we move on to the topics?
I told you so. But you don't want to hear that, huh?
Yeah, because it ain't true. Not been proven.
I told you so. They show their true colors now, brother.
They showed desperation. Oh, I'm sorry.
Of course. But they know Division ain't the fucking money maker. That's why they put that shit on fucking bum ass X Defiant now and Rainbow Six.
I think that's overstated. I feel it is overstated.
Overstated? Nah.
I feel like
bro, you still did not learn your lesson, brother. Sometimes you just have to listen to me, like, bro.
Rainbow Six is not the money maker. Division is not the money maker that Rainbow Six is, and they're hoping that X Defiant is their Call of Duty killer, right? So of course that would make it even bigger than Rainbow Six, but it's not that that Division isn't a moneymaker for Ubisoft. It definitely is a moneymaker for it, and it has a respectable amount of people that play it and then buy the packs like me. You know, I buy the year pass every time. It's only $10. So yeah, they make money off of that shit, but I get where Rainbow Six Siege, you're like, okay, we're gonna double down on this and we're gonna squeeze more money out of this. Which, if you feel like that you gotta squeeze more money out of Rainbow Six Siege, how high it already is, then you're desperate. But okay, I get it. But X Defiant? I think they just have hope. They have this belief that X Defiant is going to be bigger than what it is. Sean says X Defiant has been fun. I mean, I don't know, Cold Blood. You know better than me, because I was riding out with X Defiant, bro, when it was a unique type of shooter. But now that they've completely changed the feel of the game and how it works to make it a Call of Duty clone with power-ups, I can't fuck with it. You could tell better than me how much of a chance it got against Call of Duty, because I don't play Call of Duty. But in my opinion, it you know, I can't relate to it.
Just from a shooter perspective, I just can't wipe with it at all.
Yeah.
Like it feels hella floaty and slow, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, if you want to make a Call of Duty killer, it has to be fucking fast and for ADHD kids. that's how you make a COD killer. But let's be honest, Modern Warfare 3 killed Call of Duty by itself. We didn't even need X Defiant.
I think the free-to-play model might have killed Heartland. No, I don't think that killed Heartland. I think Ubisoft is doing bad, bro, and anything that's considered like they're bad, they're Xbox bad. Like, if you think about it, this was like an Xbox type move where everybody was upset about Tango being gone. This was their most innovative title out of all the shit that they've coming out with. Like, as far as their shooters were concerned, you know, they killed all the innovation in X Defiant. This was the biggest leap as far as doing something different than they ever done in that shooter space, and they killed it. And it was really like, there were people that don't like Division 2. Like, I see you in their Devil Shooter. There are people that don't like Division 2 that liked that liked Heartlands. Like, a lot of PC people like Devil Shooter. Which Devil Shooter, I don't know. I'm not putting you on blast, bro. But you be on PlayStation a lot. You ain't no PC dude. I don't know why you want to be aligned with them. You be on PlayStation a lot. But with that said, your time on PlayStation gives Cold Blood a run for his money. With that being said, yeah, I don't think it was a smart move, but they did it based off of necessity for finances, just like how Xbox was like, oh, you're not making the potential of money that you could make for the shit that you make us. Oh, get out of here. I think that's what they did to Heartlands. They didn't want to take that risk, which I think is stupid, especially after Helldivers. And you know, if you have like a PC-esque type game, like, you know, Battle for Tarkov would never see the success. There's too much shit in it. It would never see that success on console, right? Even if you could get the controls and the mechanisms down to a controller, you would never see it do well like it does on PC and console. But it's doing killer on PC. Same with Division Heartlands. That could have been your PC centric game that kills it on PC and could have did a lot for you there. But you're doubling down on X Defiant. I don't get it. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's. Jonathan says mental health is real. Ice Queen Gaming. She said, "Hey, I'm not feeling okay with my mental health, and I decided to get in touch." Yeah, definitely do that. Definitely do that, Ice Queen. I'll share this with you guys, to a certain extent. My son would kill me if I took, but yeah, my son, he got diagnosed with something out of the blue. He was just. He's dealing with some neurological stuff, and it just hit him out of the blue, and he's about to graduate. So we're trying to keep him on track the best way that we can. And of course he's upset about it because it's, he had plans to go to, what's that college? To a top 10 college in the country. He's very bright, and this is throwing him off course. So we're running back and dealing with neurological doctors and stuff like that, and it's dealing with his mental health. You know what I mean? So he has a counselor too. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make sure. Yeah, like if your brain, like real quick, people used to look at me all the time because of the office job that I have and say, you don't work hard. Like if you're not working with your hands, you're not working hard. And I explained to them the science behind that just doesn't jive with that. But a simple fact that if you're neurologically doing some stuff that stresses your brain fucking shuts down everything else in your body. You know what I'm saying? So if you stress your brain out, it'll make you tired even if you haven't done physical labor all like that. Like, and I've done physical labor. I've put houses together and done all types of crazy shit, physical stuff. Nothing has affected me more than when I've gotten to programming and I had to make this program and I had to go through crunch to do it. Nothing affected me more than putting a house together. So, you gotta keep your mental health together, So I'm one of those believers to where if you're feeling like you're, off keister, definitely go get that taken care of. I'm just not with these younger kids trying to use it as an excuse for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, I know I was supposed to pay my bills, but I watched an episode of Game of Thrones last night and I didn't like the ending. So yeah, I'm not feeling too, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Because there are real people like yourself, Ice Queen, my son, that are really dealing with some serious stuff to where they want to be able to be active, but they can't. And then other people, these young kids are just using it as an excuse because they don't want to do shit. That's my thing. So, all right. With that said, we thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for the support. We don't have much time, but I want to utilize the time to really jump on this shit with PlayStation and the hate that it's getting. Do us a huge favor. We got 20 people in here. Can you hit that like button for us, please? Can you hit that like button for us, please? While we're in here, Cold Blood, real quick. What have you been playing this week? If you've had the chance to play anything?
Nothing,
bro. Absolutely nothing. I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Not because there's nothing to play. No.
Oh yeah.
It's just when I come home, bro. I don't have much time before we start our fucking shows. And after that I have to go to sleep, bro.
Yeah. It's rough.
Oh yeah.
Rough. Something. Okay, I'll figure it out later. Oh, Jonathan has become a member. Thank you, Sean, for renewing your membership. We appreciate it, good brother. Thank you so much. He says, are you no longer Ubi Moss? You mother. Yeah, that channel. Yeah, that channel. I mean, the channel was on hiatus anyway because I didn't have the time.
Now it's closed.
Yeah. We're auctioning off all the furniture and shit. There ain't no point. Yeah, shit's on auction. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, I might make that. I was thinking about making that like my games as a service channel, like, when I stream or talk about the type of games that I like. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about rebranding it to a channel like that. Like when I go into deep and heavy Helldivers conversations, or when I talk about a Borderlands game that I might like, or a Division, you know, I'll do it all there. Like I was going to make it the Old Dirty Blasters channel, because those are the Old Dirty Blasters type games that we play there. Ubisoft, I can't relate to them anymore. So yeah, we might rebrand that later when we get to time, but yeah, we ain't doing it now. Ice Queen says, Sean, I had to do this because I'm not coping well. Yeah, definitely. You gotta do what you gotta do, Ice Queen. Thank you for that, Sean. So let's talk about this, y'all. As you saw in the video, if you caught the video, and I apologize, we have what's that, dumpster beer, and through a good portion of the video, but it's a good video, so I'm gonna put it back up. We're having all types of malfunctions today, but yeah, I want to show you guys something that kind of irked me today, and for some reason it got bumped out of my feed today. Here it goes. So let's go back to the world. So Cold Blood, Paul Tassi did this thing where he's blaming everybody for everything that's wrong with the internet. He has no stake in this. He didn't do anything wrong. Trying to find his original tweet that started all this mess. But he said something to the effects of, yeah, Xbox and PlayStation are both facing challenges, like they're both on the same plane. And so people took him to task for it, reasonably so. And he just went on this self-defense campaign that just doesn't make any sense. And it's like, I like Paul Tassi. I don't like Paul Tassi because he's accurate. I like Paul Tassi, Cold Blood, because he's done when I've had to interact with him on some serious shit and just talk to him about, like, hey, look, bro, this information that you're reporting is wrong and you need to fix this. And I showed it to him, and I've talked to him like offline about it. He's addressed it. I've never run into like, if I say something like this to Tom Warren and I prove it to him, that motherfucker he'll go on a blocking campaign and talk all types of shit. Me and him have had battles on Twitter, but there's instances where I've done that with like Paul, like, hey Paul, look, check this out, bro. Like, and he's fixed it. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go back in there and fix this shit. I said, oh wow, damn. Now I still don't. Now he's not done that all the time. But he'll actually engage with me. And when I don't agree with him, instead of him acting like some punk ass motherfucker, he'll actually, dig 10 toes deep and go back and forth with me. Won't block me, any of that shit. He'll just say his little smart shit. I'll say my smart shit and we'll go about our business. So I at least respect him. He doesn't act like a little punk motherfucker. So I respect him because of that. But man, oh man, does he put his foot in his fucking mouth on a regular basis. And he really did it yesterday. When he wrote this article, Square Enix is done with PlayStation exclusivity after profit drop via Forbes. So we kind of talked about this. It's not what's going on. And when you read, it's not just a clickbait article. The article tries to talk about how PlayStation and Xbox are both going through challenges, that PlayStation is only in a 2-1 lead. And to try to make these challenges sound similar or whatever. And that's not the case. You have a PlayStation, Cold Blood, that of course is seeing challenges. They saw challenges in 2019. Remember how they had the year 2019 after the big old 2018, and they were kind of like in a panic because of their investors, but they come back to whoop ass, to beat motherfuckers to the white meat this generation, and beat Xbox worse than they did last gen. So those are normal challenges. When Nintendo sees those are normal challenges. What Xbox is going through is dire. It's like wipe the shelf off next to Stadia because motherfucker, we're coming type situation as far as the ecosystem is concerned. So Paul was put to task. This is one person that put him to task about that. It's like, look, you're trying to make this Square thing all about PlayStation, bro. When you look at the last 4 years, Most of the exclusive shit was with Nintendo. And last fiscal year, okay, they had 2 exclusives with PlayStation, which they said they did well. They had 1 exclusive, or they probably had 2. They had 1 HD exclusive with Switch in that Dragon's Quest game, and they said that did well as well. So the problem aren't the exclusives. The problem is they feel like they can maximize the return on their exclusives. It's not that the exclusives put us in a hole. They felt like they could maximize the exclusives. That's what people is trying to explain to this dude, that he was doubling down on his dog shit. So he comes out here and says this. And I had to like, Paul, like, fuck, we're gonna do this public, bro. Like, Paul, like, I like you, but I'm not trying to be mean, but as someone who's considered a journalist, as he's considered a journalist, when you repeatedly come to conclusions that are not thoroughly vetted, it makes it look like you're in the same lane as these fanboys. You went from both Xbox and PlayStation are facing significant challenges to looking like you just discovered the gap in competition from the thanks of Z Huge to, well, I didn't say they were the same. Sorry, but that sounds like fanboy-esque damage control. It's like me saying today, Stadia and Xbox are in similar situations. You of all people know how much I love Stadia, but it's dead. Xbox's dire woes are far less than a dead platform. I gotta admit that, right? So if I can admit that, then you gotta admit the same thing when you're comparing Xbox to PlayStation. Comparing Sony's challenges to Xbox's woes right now is like a paper cut to a knife wound. They are not comparable. Xbox is completely changing its business model, and they're going multi-plat. They've gone on the record publicly and said, we can't compete with these motherfuckers that we tried to compete with before. And then a month later, went on to business meetings and said, those same people we were competing against, because we can't compete with them, now we're looking at them as part of our family. Tell me anything that PlayStation or Nintendo is doing that is the equivalent of that, and you won't be able to find so. So it's bullshit. Stop doubling down. And so my question to you, Cold Blood, we know why the fanboys are doing it, but why in the frick are these journalists so badly want PlayStation to be doing as bad as Xbox? Why do you think that is?
Because that brings more clicks.
Crazy. I guess it
like,
does something.
Bro, when they say Xbox is dying, like, yeah, okay, we know that already.
Yeah.
Like 99% of the gaming community knows that by now. But when that motherfucker says, oh, PlayStation is just as bad, oh, then all of a sudden everybody clicking on that shit.
Yeah.
Or at least at least they have watched his fucking tweet.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that was very much clickbait.
Very much so. Easy.
But then again, the problem with clickbait is those that don't read. Because those run around with the fucking headline all the time, saying, "Oh look, PlayStation is just as bad." Like, and then they look like fucking idiots when someone shows them the fucking article, what it says.
Cold Blood, how do you check and see? I know this is off topic real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but how do you look and see if somebody is, if they're paying for Twitter Blue? How do you do that?
What?
Like if they're paying for Twitter Blue or X Blue or whatever. Like if you know what I'm saying, if they have one of those, if their account is Twitter Blue, how do you do that? Because, you know, people can hide your blue check mark, but if they're still on Twitter Blue, can you still check that or no?
No.
Oh, okay. No,
I mean, how the fuck would you do it if they hide it?
No, because you used to be able to click on something and see if they're paying for Twitter Blue. You used to be, because remember they would call people out all the time. I just want to see, because to go with the theory of why would you do this and put this shit out on Twitter, is it because you're trying to farm engagements to get paid off for Twitter Blue?
Oh yeah, you definitely get paid.
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of, like, if you watch, I follow Paul,
Wait,
and a lot of you
is
guys.
Paul,
go ahead.
Is Paul one?
Say that again.
Is he one of those? Is he one of those? No, he's not. But then again, we don't know, right?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. Like, there's
But
a way.
why would he hide it?
Oh yeah, you can hide it because you don't want people, because people call you're a blue check mark and you're just trying to farm engagements and shit like that. So there's people that hide their blue check.
I'm still gonna call him out. I don't care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He got a YouTube channel, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does not matter if he has Twitter Blue or not.
I think he does. Yeah, because here's why I say he does. If you follow Paul Tassi and you look at his engagements, I mean, look at his tweets. There are like there's simple tweets, like, like there was one time that he sent out this tweet that was a simple tweet, and he, like a 2-word tweet, and he gets a lot of engagements. So he started doing that. Like, he just started sending out meaningless 2-word tweets, but those shorter tweets, quoted tweets, they get better engagement. I talk about this in DMs all the time. So he started doing that a lot. And I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker must be getting paid off of Twitter Blue. And he's trying to farm for engagements. And I think, again, because I don't think Paul is this slow. I think he knows better than that, but he's trying to farm for engagements. That's what it is. And,
I think Twitter should not give him any money if he hides that motherfucker. Yeah,
you would think that would be if you're getting paid promotion, then let it be shown. Let it be shown. Why are you hiding that shit? You know what I'm saying? But I know there's a lot of people that hide their shit, and I don't, and that's okay. Like, I know people that got Twitter Blue, and they, Tim Dog got Twitter Blue, gets paid happily, and shows you what the fuck he gets paid. He'll post it online. I'm not against people. I don't think it was a good idea to make tweets payable, because it's ruining the already crazy experience on Twitter, because people are just trying to get engagements. But if that's what you do, that's what you do. My thing is, if you're a journalist, put that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Be transparent as possible. Let's see what's going on. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sean. He said, hit that like button or that dislike button. You know what I'm saying? Xbox fanboys are actively looking for things on YouTube and X to make them feel better. They will pay for a lie instead of getting... Yeah, I was watching something today, and it had a very sarcastic tone in it, and it was trying to address the warnings that came from people like me and Cold Blood and others who favor PlayStation, right? And it was kind of making fun of our ability to see this, to where, like, or do we think we're geniuses or something? And no, we're not geniuses. This shit was right in front of your face. You guys were just so blinded by your loyalist attitude that you couldn't see something that's right in front of your face. Now, some of us may use data, and I talk about business, to break it down in the most simplest terms, because you guys are coming out with excuses left and right. We may do that because we don't want the viewer to get misconstrued by you guys' bullshit, but it's obvious. All this was so obvious. So obvious. Like, no, you can't deny it. And as far, if you're a bot and you're like, oh, I was thrown off by this, fucking Tim Dog. When Tim Dog left, that was your cue that the bar is closing. This is last call. Get your final drinks. Time to get ready to go the fuck home. And you didn't listen to Tim's warning. You talked shit on him. You made fun of him, jumping ship, and was like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He's trying to farm engagements. Now everything that he said that was going to happen, it's slowly but surely happening.
Man, I'm so jealous of Tim, actually.
Well, why? Because he's experiencing the PlayStation stuff for the first time? That it?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. He has so much he can play now, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's psycho. Definitely psycho. Here's another thing that I wanted to throw up there too, just for shits and giggles. So, again, this is why Paul, you're making all these, you're putting out all this data and all this for sure conversation you're trying to have, and you're missing the reality of what's happening out here. This was perfect time, and I was waiting for Jay Gaming to come up in here. His favorite obsession, Crap Gamer, put this out here earlier today. He says, when people see this stuff, what's your thoughts on leadership at Xbox and Xbox in general? Confirmed, more exclusive games are currently being worked on for release on PlayStation. Series console sold 800,000 in 3 months, and now is 3-1 behind PlayStation. Whose fault? Right? And so this is, I believe, from an article that's not coming from MM2K. It didn't come from Cold Blood, right? Ice Queen and Jonathan didn't write this shit. This is from Windows Central. To the planned move Xbox games to other platforms is codename Latitude. Ain't that a bitch? We try to get higher. We need latitude. Where's that PlayStation milk and honey at? Oh, and I know there's a debate and unease at Microsoft about whether or not this is a good idea. More upcoming Microsoft-owned games slated for PlayStation are already being developed. While it's true Microsoft is a prolific publisher on PlayStation already, no, they're not prolific. They don't have the volume as far as IP to be considered prolific. They're trying to become prolific. Yeah, they got Minecraft on there. They got Call of Duty on there now after the purchase. And what else do they have on there? Before the latest wave, they weren't prolific. They are trying to become prolific. That's like saying PlayStation is prolific because they have fucking, you know what I'm saying? They have MLB on Xbox. Stop it. But it is typically revolved around specific franchises like Minecraft. From what I've heard, Microsoft is pushing for no red line, meaning everything's on the table. But what games could come to PlayStation? It all revolves around Satya Nadella and CFO Amy Hood's plan to increase every department's margins. So, Jay, how does it feel? Oh, I got a PC. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, yeah. Juices, are you talking about your old friend Dirt? No, I'm talking about. I don't know if Dirt has something out there. He could. I'm talking about what I don't even think this is somebody famous. I got to look up the video again. But there's somebody out there that I was looking at as I was collecting links and shit like that. Somebody I've never even really seen before. They put some video out there. And it only had like 30 something views, but I know it's going to be regurgitated and nothing against 30 views. We've been there. But I know it's going to be regurgitated across the gaming sphere. You know what I'm saying? That, yeah, you know, PlayStation people act like that this is, you know, that they're rocket scientists and all this stuff. That's why I made my video yesterday. Because it's not about us being rocket scientists, and I don't consider myself a PlayStation person. I just prefer the console over the other consoles. But this was obvious. And whoever it was, instead of spending your time making fun of these people that was telling you these truths, you should have listened to them and said, yeah, this is kind of fucked up. Because had y'all brought that energy way back in the day, like when y'all were telling me that we're going to kick you out of the Xbox community, like instead of y'all focusing, if y'all would have focused on them just performing better than trying to hush people up to make Xbox look positive, this would be a different Xbox that you're seeing right now. I guarantee it. How do I know? Because we've seen this blueprint before. Cold Blood can tell you. When PlayStation 3 didn't compete at the level that PlayStation enthusiasts thought, oh, did they talk their shit against other Xbox people? Yeah. But most of their attention is PlayStation. You're better than this. What the fuck are you doing? Get it together and get it together like yesterday. Like they were giving PlayStation that business. I know because I was there on the Xbox side making fun of them. Nah, boo boo. You guys suck. We're beating your ass. Like I was there and I saw the conversations that they were having. And guess what? PlayStation was able to fix that shit within the generation. When they lost it, while they were losing a whole bunch of money, they were on the brink of bankruptcy. So you're telling me Microsoft, with all of its money and its resources, couldn't get over the hump that they created with the Xbox One launch? You're telling me that 10 years plus they still can't figure that out? No, that's competency. There's a problem there with the leadership. It should not have been this hard. All them damn excuses. Well, they lost the worst generation to lose. Shut up. It's excuses. Stop it. Thank you. We got a new subscriber. Looks like. Thank you very much for that. I'm sorry I can't see. I gotta change that font so I can see the subscriptions, the new subscriptions on screen. But yeah, I don't know what he put out there. Juice. You said crap can't be trusted. He done this song and dance before. Now I'm not trusting crap. You got to talk to Jay Gaming, see what his boy crush is for crap. I don't. It's not that I trust
Jay
crap.
Gaming. He can write an essay about crap.
Oh my god. Dear crap. He might get some AI to help him generate it. once he gets the picture and shit. He might, dear crap. I love you. I'm going to post after everything that you put out there on the inner tubes. I've never seen such a you got to talk to Jay Gaiman about that one. But it's not about trusting crap. He just put this out here. That's all. That can't, and this you got to talk to Windows Central. Sony reportedly shipped almost 5 times as many PlayStation 5 consoles as Microsoft did. So you're telling me that yes, there was a 29% dip in the quarter, but I think overall, year over year, they had an 8% increase, and they shipped more consoles in 1 year than the PlayStation 4 ever did. Like PlayStation 4 never had 20.8 consoles shipped. This is the highest number of consoles shipped out of the last 2 generations, the highest. So even though they fell short in quarter 4, they outperformed them apparently in every other quarter to get to this number. And it so happens that quarter 4 last fiscal was just so huge that it was one that was hard to top. They still sold a shitload of consoles. Like if you do the math, they sold 4 point. Y'all are trying to make it seem like that Xbox and PlayStation are in the same boat. So PlayStation still sold 4.5 million consoles this past fiscal quarter, right? Let's take about the average of consoles that were being sold by Xbox each quarter, which was 0.8 million, right? That's only 3.2 million, right? If you total it for the fiscal year. That's still so PlayStation sold more consoles in 1 quarter than Xbox sold the entire year if you're using those estimates. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? This is purebred insanity that they're trying to put this on the same level. These are segmented market adjustments that happen every now and every year is not going to be fantastic or superb or phenomenal all the way through. It's not going to be like that. PlayStation went through this in 2018 versus 2019. They're going through it with 2022's fiscal versus 2023's fiscal. And everybody's like, oh, well, PlayStation is decreasing their expectation to 18 million consoles next fiscal year. It's going to be bad. Number one, when you look at the PlayStation 4, 18 million was on the higher scale. 18, 19, 20. Those were the higher scale years. I think they averaged around 17. So that 18 million is still higher than the average years that PlayStation had last generation, for one. And for two, when's the last time Xbox sold 18 million consoles in a year? Does anybody know? Can anybody tell me? I'll look it up for you. Let's look it up.
360 era, probably.
Yeah, I don't even think they sold 18 million during the 360 era. Let me look it up because I got the spreadsheets. Yeah, so if we're going to have the conversation, let's have the conversation. Console war guide. Okay. No, I don't have the entire three. Damn it. Oh, no. Do I? Maybe I do. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Yeah. So the 360 never ever sold 18 million in a year. Look at my PlayStation 4 data. Yep. And PlayStation sold 18 million in 2018. Now my data stops at 2019 for the PlayStation 4, which I can easily update. But they did 20 million in 2017, and they did 17.5 in 2015, another 17.6 in 2016. So yeah, when you look at the totality of it, they averaged around 17 million. During the 360 generation, they've never averaged 18 million, from what I could see. So again, when has Xbox ever sold 18 million? The 360 generation, which was their most competitive generation, it looks like they didn't. So was the 360 a failure because they never hit 18 million? No. So what are we talking about here? Like, what are you guys trying to say? I don't know. You don't know. These are just desperate tries to try to make Xbox dire situation as a platform look to be on the same level as PlayStation's. No. PlayStation is going through some market adjustments like they did 5 years ago. 5 years ago, y'all tried to look at their stock price. Oh, man. Y'all tried all that? Yeah, I don't know if they're going to make it to next gen. All this fear mongering, and y'all just look foolish. And then you got these newbies that come in here that like PlayStation last gen. I don't get it. Now all of a sudden they hate PlayStation. They weren't around for that rhetoric. They weren't embedded in the console war like that last gen. So they don't know that they're making the same Wile E. Coyote mistakes again this gen. Now they're doing the same thing. Oh yeah, they're changing. They're talking about engagements. PlayStation talked about engagements last gen when Andrew House left and they brought in Kador to replace him. They were like, yeah, we're going to focus more on engagements. Focus more on them. And where are they going to focus on them more? I think King Thrash touched on this, for games as a service. But in the same presentation, they talked about sales. PlayStation is not stopping talking about sales. It's just that they're looking to get more into games as a service than they ever have. So, of course, games as a service, you equate to engagement. They're going to be talking about engagements more. Not they're going to be talking about engagements only. Stop with this desperation. If you like something, Argue for it to do better. That's all.
I sent you something on in the DMs.
Let's see, you said it was on Twitter. Oh my God! Well, there we have it. Oh my! Breaking news on MM2K Gaming, also hosted by Cold Blood Sensei. Dog shit alert! Dog shit alert!
Shout out to Sean for this one.
Shout out to Sean for this one. So, Hellblade 2 reviews. Embargo is set for 1 hour before its official release on the 21st. Dog shit alert! Dog shit alert! Potential dog shit coming in hot. There is no game that I can remember that had review embargoes this close to release, that still hasn't set out review codes yet, according to Tom Henderson and others, and the game is good. Something's wrong. Now, you guys may have heard the previews, and they were like, but hold on, the previews were stellar, MM. You're hating again. I remind you that Redfall's previews were stellar. Remember, everybody except for Giant Bomb and somebody PC Magazine, they were the only two out of I think the dozen that were like, nah, we're not digging this. Everybody else, what did Colt your favorite Jay, Colt Eastwood said, the game is punchy, the action is this and that. Remember all that shit? And Colt wasn't, to be fair to Colt, he wasn't the only one regurgitating that bullshit. There was a lot of people out there saying that the preview was awesome. So yeah, I know we heard that the previews were awesome for Hellblade. I don't know, and I'm not saying this to make fun, because I'm fearful. Ninja Theory is, even though they don't make games, or this Hellblade isn't for me, I can still recognize talented output. They're a talented team. They have talents. If this game doesn't come out great, I blame Microsoft. But they're next on the chopping block. If this game doesn't do well, they're next on the chopping block. There is no way they keep them around if this happens. And that's again, another downside to corporate conglomerate behavior and absorbing these companies. Unbelievable. Cold Blood, what do you think about this? Are you concerned with the game? You think the hour before official release embargo is justified, or what are your thoughts on this?
No, all I see is yellow, bro. What is going on here?
Yellow.
Yeah, I only see yellow. I can't describe it, but
you only see yellow.
Man, everywhere. When we talk about Hellblade.
Yeah. I'm looking on the stream. It looks
Dude,
good to me.
did you not get the joke? Oh my god.
No, I didn't get to. What's the joke? It flew right over my head.
Man, I meant the fucking Metacritic score, bro.
Oh shit! This is another 69. This is a 69 guard. Freaky ass game. It's the 69 guard. Oh, you say this is gonna be another 69 freaky ass game?
I mean, after hearing this news, yeah.
It's crazy. Yep. Devil Shooter got it right. He said Ninja Theory is next to go. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I don't want Xbox to fail. I just don't What I don't want is for them to be a paper champion. Like people try to prop them up and make dog shit look good. If this game is actually good, I hope it does well, because everybody that doesn't do well is under the guillotine of Xbox and Satya now.
They're gonna die one by one until all the Call of Duty and and all the other shit is
Call
left.
of Duty and World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Minecraft, and Sea of Thieves. Those are gonna be the only motherfucking games left at Microsoft.
So you actually making a game and releasing that motherfucker is your death sentence now.
Yeah, exactly. You being productive, doing what they told you to do, is now your death sentence. What's Phil going to do? That was me in 2023. This is me in 2024. I was a completely different person. Shame on you. Sorry, sucker. Oh, shit. I had an uncle that...
wait. Remember, they said they're not done closing studios.
Oh, yeah, they're not done. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. So no marketing. Reviews can't come out till an hour before releasing, says Juice. If I was working for Ninja Theory, I'd be getting my oh yeah, that mother. As soon as Tango closed, I would have. Yeah, I'd have. No, I would have been on that resume.com or some shit. MS Boss pushing more into PlayStation. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, man, I just feel sorry for these dudes, man. I really do. Every studio is going to go through this now. And then the kick in the teeth is it's still probably going to come to PlayStation. They're going to cancel the game, get some what do you call those, contractors to continue to work on it and polish it, and then it's going to come to PlayStation.
Jay, it's no longer about which console is better. That is already established now.
Yeah.
We are talking about Xbox not contributing to this motherfucker now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about.
Why does there have to be an Xbox playoffs? Man, stop it. Not even. Jay, you helped me make a very entertaining. I know Cold Blood was annoyed, but we were done with our topics yesterday. You made for a very entertaining member show yesterday. If you're not a member, you need to become a member and check that out. I actually gave Jay Gaming attention for about 30 minutes because we kind of ran through the topic already. Nah, we ain't doing that today. That statement contradicts everything that you said, bro. Why does there have to be an Xbox versus Play? Stop it.
Then why are you here every day? Huh?
Yeah, come on, stop it, man. Cut it out. Cut it out. You try to take the comedy crown from True Virgil. The True Virgil call off sick today and ask for you to back him up. Can you back me up today on the comedy scene, Jay? Stop it. Silverback says, as soon as they make a place, as soon as they'll make the PlayStation port and then they're gone, man. We warned y'all about this. I still got a little bit of time because once my wife comes to the door, then I got to dash out.
And actually, please correct your statement. It's my $500 box versus your $350 box. Get it right, bro.
Oh shit. Yeah, man, we warned why this was bad. I'm a cloud gamer, right? And I love GeForce Now. So if I was being selfish, but not even if I'm not being, if I don't look at this from 5,000 feet, I'm like, oh shit. Now Game Pass games are coming to GeForce Now. So that's awesome for me. I get to play Call of Duty and try out all these games just with the Game Pass subscription and the GeForce Now subscription. So I get access to these games cheaper. So yeah, I can look at that like a doofus and think that way. But if I'm looking at this from 5,000 feet, no, the bigger picture is this company that has no ability to understand quality within the culture is now absorbing these companies that are talented. And when they can't make them money, that the type of money that's going to make a huge corporate conglomerate happy. You got to understand, some of these are smaller studios that can make diamonds in the rough. They can make a lot of money, but not corporate conglomerate money. So when they don't make corporate conglomerate money, they spit them out. They slop them up and spit out the bones. And that's what's happening now. That's why I didn't want this deal. Even though me as a GeForce Now gamer, I got access to a shit ton of games, I don't care. If it's going to water down gaming overall, which is what it's doing, there's talent being purged, and its talent will never see a gaming position again because all of the positions been purged. Between freaking Microsoft and Embracer, they've been purging all these positions. They have nowhere to go now. These people have bills to pay. So they got to do some other shit quick. They can't just sit around and say, well, I'm just going to wait for another. If you got fired today, can you just sit around and wait? No. And they're not going to have anywhere to go. There's hardly anybody is hiring. Except for maybe some smaller indie studio. And if you were just at like a AA or AAA studio and this is happening to you, whatever you would get at that smaller indie studio probably is not going to cut it for you. So now you got to go somewhere else. That's how this shit works. Whenever you have these big, massive cuts, you'll see people with white collar jobs they got to go somewhere else. Because they got to pay bills. Y'all just wished for the demise of the gaming community. It's like y'all want it to happen. It's like if it's not happening, you try to force it. Yeah, big conglomerate company, buy up. Microsoft, buy up. How idiotic do you have to be to think that even if Phil Spencer did have the best intentions, how idiotic do you have to be to think that Phil was calling the shots all the time? That he could just do whatever he wanted, regardless of what was happening. You didn't think that Phil had to be accountable at some point in time? Which means that he had to be successful? That they had to win off of his strategy? Newsflash. In business, you only get left alone, or no. There's only a possibility for you to be left alone if you create success based off of what you're pursuing. So was Phil's strategy not working? You really thought that Satya said, "Oh, we're bleeding money over here, and it's okay. I don't care. I'm just gonna go golfing. It's gonna look bad for me as a CEO. I just spent $75 billion, but it wasn't 76." Do y'all think that's how this shit works? If you do, we're gonna take our super chat for this month and get you motherfuckers a CAT scan. Seriously, a 12-hour one at that. That's not how this works. So even though me as a gamer, I get immediate gratification off of getting all these Activision Blizzard games on GeForce Now, I can separate the forest from the trees and see that this was going to destroy gaming if it keeps at this pace. They're a greedy conglomerate. None of these greedy conglomerates you want absorbing up game companies. You want there to be as much independence as possible. Crazy. Shout out to Mike Johnson. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you, good friend. Says the PlayStation port is ready to go. Yeah, I believe so. That APK deal was worse for gaming than I could have. Yeah. It was horrible. But a lot of us were Cold Blood and I were telling you this. Cold Blood will be the first to tell you as far as all the business ins and outs. He wasn't following all the business ins and outs, but just on the surface, he could tell that this was bad for gaming. You could tell this was bad. Who couldn't? If you didn't have an extreme bias for Xbox, or if you wasn't just looking for a cheap way to game, there was no way that you couldn't see that this was bad. Think about the future of devs. Who the fuck wants to go into college? Yes. This is real life shit. Like, this is not some cartoon. This is not X-Men 97 where this is not real. This is real life shit. People are going into debt. For those of you outside of the States, we pay for college here. I don't know if they pay for college elsewhere, but we go into debt. Hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt. When my daughter was trying to go to St. John's, which she couldn't get into NYU because we just didn't have enough money. We thought she was going to get more coverage than they alluded to, and we were like, oh shit, no, NYU is a top 5 school. We can't go to it. So then she tried to go to St. John's. That shit is like $50,000 a quarter, bro. And that was like, what, 9 years ago that all this was transpiring with my youngest daughter. $50,000 a semester. I'm sorry, not quarter, semester. You can imagine the type of debt that people are in. It's crazy. They can't just sit around and say, oh.
In Germany, most of them are free.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are missing that. They don't realize how greedy it is over here, and we got to pay for higher education. We got to pay a lot for that shit. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. But if y'all didn't quote unquote see this coming, you were blinded. Jonathan says people fell for the Xbox talking points of affordable gaming. It's affordable, but at what? Yeah, exactly. If I come to your house, me and Cold Blood, we come to your house and we're like, here goes these $100 steaks that we prepared for you. We got side course meal and all. Here, it's yours. You're like, well, I don't have $100. No, only $1. Just give us $1. If you don't double take at that and be like, nah, something's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? If you don't question that or question what's going on behind it or you know, if that doesn't throw you aback at all, then you're as gullible can be. These are businesses, and they're not going to survive without doing what businesses do, and that's make money. Sorry, these are not charities. So. Sam Walton, good to see you as well, too, brother. Says bamboozled, run amok, Phil wouldn't lie to me. Laugh out loud, that's crazy. But that's how they think. He said that Sean said that's how they wouldn't get me. Yeah, this Microsoft, and that's what I tried to tell you guys. I researched them when I was in college. Did a big term paper on them. Was favorable towards them because I was young. I was like 20 or 21, something like that at the time. I was naive. I was like, yeah, this Microsoft, man, they're the stuff. They're going to take business and tech business to the next stratosphere. My teacher was like, nah, redo this paper because you're not paying attention to what the fuck's going on here. You're like, it's well written. I don't care. This is like you're it's well written. You followed the procedures, but your insight on this is too dull. Like, redo this paper. And he gave me an F. It made me redo it, not because the paper was done wrong, but he just felt so bad about my conception of what was going on. I had to redo it, and then I really discovered, like, oh shit, yeah, I was really fanboying over this company for all the wrong reasons. I tried telling you guys that for the past 7 years. Nobody wanted to listen. Now we're here. Oh well. You can't blame anybody else. You got to blame yourself. It's not that we think we're too smart or whatever. You had blinders on and you weren't paying attention. All right. With that said, it's time for me to get out of here. Cold Blood, did you have any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Looking forward to Division 3 getting canceled next.
I can't stand this dude. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, the beginning part of this video with dumpster beer. I'm just gonna put the video up there to cross our fingers and see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, do well. In case you want to just snipe that out of everything else, we'll put that video up soon. And hope you guys enjoy it. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.